And here we are with another collectathon video, this time in late March. With me is...
Oh god, we're all going to die.
I'm currently bemoaning the lousy Smarch weather, personally.
Okay. Well, this looks like a nice ebony.
Yeah.
I will get my color right. Thank you. Thank you. You know...
Glad you saw that. Ezio looks like a villain in this costume, I'm just saying.
Yeah. This is giving me very Maximum Dracula vibes from Syndicate.
Yes. So, as I said, this is a collectathon video, and this time we will be going after Antico's treasures and getting this unique sword.
That's a fun sword.
I think this one has unique kill animations, does it?
I don't know. It's not generally one I mean, I used it, but it's not one I generally kept in possession, because after I got Altair's sword, well...
Yeah, this isn't the best sword in the game, but, you know, it is a shop quest one, so it's a little special.
Yeah, this one's noticeable for being a really, really fucking long sword compared to the other ones.
Yeah, and yep, and there's the scaffold trick again. Because it's been a while since we last saw the scaffold.
Yeah. They're around, just sometimes it's not always the most convenient.
Ezio, was that really necessary?
Yeah.
So, Antico, we've done very little business inside Antico since the start of the game.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is because large sections of it are locked off until this point in the game, so that's why we haven't done anything. I mean, the last time we were in Antico, I got like 3/4 of my guild killed. So it didn't work out very well. So,
well, I noticed that just about all of them a whole bunch of them are ready to go to Assassin rank, so that's good.
Well, that's true. I was leveling them up while looking for flags in this stupid place.
It's good.
I mean, can you believe that even after all my travels across Campania, I still didn't find every collectible?
There's a couple really, really well hidden ones.
I will say now the only major collectible I missed in Campania was there's a flag at the very top of the mercenary barracks, or a feather at the very top of the mercenary barracks.
Yeah.
It's not something you can see from ground level, which I'm pretty sure is the reason I missed it.
So we were over here briefly. I think this is the other side of this where the slavers are. And I cannot tell you how to find that fucking that sign is like a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I think that little plaza at the bottom of the screen was where we killed that slaver dude.
Yeah. But the I don't know what it is. The Colli Patina always was a pain in the ass to me, because this is roughly right around where the Tuba Brutus is. So
yeah, I think this is where I think these are the ruins of the Roman Forum, actually.
Yeah.
There's like a spot in the bottom central-ish of the map where the Forum was supposed to be.
Right. So, some more flags.
So, Antico's flags are kind of collectibles, I should say, are kind of unique because you really often have to start jumping around on some ruins to get to them.
Yeah.
And these ruins can involve the old Roman stuff or the aqueducts, which I suppose would also qualify for the old Roman stuff.
Yeah. And there's a little...
Look how cool...
Sorry.
Yeah.
I was going to say, there's always a little bit of finagling with this, because sometimes the paths are pretty easy, other times they're a little bit harder to figure out.
Yeah, right here, it's not really immediately obvious where you're supposed to go.
Yeah. If you landed with the parachute, you would have nailed it perfectly, but alas.
I apparently wasn't thinking of that.
This is a good track, too.
It is. Echoes of the Roman Ruins on the soundtrack.
Yep, you do that.
I'm pretty sure I could have made that jump without the parachute, but
yeah.
if you want to be extra sure, just bring out the parachute. And yeah, you can actually climb on the bird cave, on the bird, whatever you would call them, bird coops, whatever.
Yeah.
Pigeon coops, whatever.
Pigeon coops, yeah. Yeah.
This is a really difficult supply scouting mission.
Yeah.
But yeah, these special missions with the pointed stars, they also give you material items, but most materials you'll find pretty common stuff. You're not going to find shrunken heads in other parts of Europe. Only the Romans like their shrunken heads.
Yeah, and even then they like to stick it in a random on a random cliffside.
Yes.
It's why.
I mean, for example, Vlad the Impaler coins can be found in a few different places.
That's, I believe, they're technically a semi-random drop in chests, but I'm not 100% sure. It's been a while.
Right. The one I do remember just because of its location is there's like a viewing deck on the Castello. You can climb up the Castello, and there's a viewing deck that has a chest with Vlad the Impaler coins in it.
There's another one when you're doing the Templar layer. That's the tower.
Yeah, we found some there in the video.
Everyone is talking about you.
It's the Tower of Trajan or something.
Donato has demanded I meet him alone. I fear he
so this is a pretty fun. This is a pretty fun.
Oh yes.
Templar agent mission. I think that's what they call it.
Yeah.
He is waiting at the Circo Massimo.
Hey, you see that guy?
The box dude, or
oh god. Yeah, the box dude just got shoved. What a dick.
Yeah.
Seriously, he shoved that guy and then ran in the opposite direction. He was just doing it to be a dick.
Yeah. So this is going to be the.
And then that guy. Yeah, then that guy went to me to complain about it. What am I, Dear Abby? Sheesh.
So.
Unfortunately, we've got more real estate to buy, so we'll deal with him later.
Yeah. You already bought that one.
Oh, right. See, you can. Yeah. No one keeps me waiting. Yeah, sometimes icons are grayed out on the map just because they're at a different elevation, and it's not always clear if you bought them or you're just at a different elevation, as it says. That was
nice.
Perfect. I loved that. That was just perfect.
Oh, he did.
Crossbow right to the face. Remember when we tried to kill that Templar captain with the crossbow, and it was a huge disaster?
Yeah.
This guy
he wasn't wearing a helmet, so.
This guy needs better armor.
What was the secondary objective for that one? I missed it.
Only kill that guy.
Oh.
You know, I would have stuck around to loot his body, but, you know, I'd have to start killing some folks.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Oh, but you got the... No, it's easy. You got the...
Well, that's nice, I guess. Yeah, we got Maria's dagger. She used that very briefly in a cut. Wait, no, it was the sister with the dagger. Did Maria ever have one? Oh no, Maria is our sister, right?
No, that's Claudia.
Claudia, right.
Maria's mom.
I don't know if we've ever seen Maria with a dagger, but I guess she has one.
Yeah.
I mean, she is the madam at an inn, so, you know, you gotta have a dagger on hand to make sure things don't get rowdy too much.
Yeah. You probably should go back to...
But yeah, the feathers are usually located at prominent spots on the map. This is a thing they would start in this game. Hey, yeah, an elephant ivory bastard.
Yeah.
Even in the 16th century, I gotta call foul on poaching. But yeah,
is it really poaching when we don't care if it's actually poaching?
I think it still counts, yeah. So, as I was starting to say, feathers are almost always located at prominent spots on the map. I forget where the feathers in Antico are supposed to represent, but this is the Arch of Constantine, which looks pretty neat.
Yeah.
A lot of unique rendering, modeling here, I should say.
There are a bunch of... And this is one of like 4 or 5 arches. I forget how many arches you can buy here. But there's like 2 or 3 of them, and they're all right next to each other.
Yeah, and you got that nice little Latin inscription if anyone can speak Latin, which I can't. Although I'm sure you could like look it up on the internet or something and know what the Latin on the Arch of Constantine means.
Hey, we're 3/4 of the way there.
Only 26 more flags. And 5 of them are in 8 I should say technically 8 of them are in Il Vaticano.
But like 3 of them are sitting on the Castello.
Well, three are in the well, there's 5 total in the district, but I count the ones in the lair of Romulus for 3 of them.
Yeah.
So technically 8.
Okay.
I mean, the game will count it, the flag's in a different location, but it is inside Il Vaticano, where that last lair of Romulus takes place.
Yes, that is true.
But that's a story for another day, since, as I've mentioned before, this is all about Antico. And I think technically the far southeast of Campania, which we didn't get to last time.
Oh, we can't get there. Getting there takes a while anyway, so... 25 to go.
It's a nice it's a nice number, 25. No wonder they made Pikachu the 25th Pokemon.
Go back and buy the fast travel point in the... Oh, no, okay.
25 has a nice even ring to it, even though it's an odd number.
Well, it's a square.
Yes.
A perfect square at that.
Now, honestly, we've hardly ever been to the Colosseum in this playthrough so far. There's
except for the mission in the catacombs.
Yeah, that's like the one time we've been here the entire game. But there is a pretty memorable mission that mostly takes place at the Colosseum.
I would say there's probably 2. There's a mission and there's also a race you can do later, which is pretty fun.
I didn't know about the race.
Yeah, it's a thief mission.
Oh, yeah, that must be why, because at this point in the game, when I was recording, I had no idea the thief missions even existed. Because the only place you can start the thief missions are inside the thief headquarters, and after that one cutscene, you go there very briefly in a later story mission that we haven't got to yet, that we're pretty close to.
We did that mission.
No, I know we didn't do that because I was wearing the Raiden costume for that
no. Well,
mission.
then there's a second one.
Yeah.
There's another one because
that's
where the...
there's one you start by going there for the first time where you meet Il Volpe, and then you never have to go back there until sequence 7, which we're on now. And then...
You actually do... There is one other time you have to go back there.
Which one is that?
That would be for the Da Vinci disappearance.
Oh, that's right. Damn, I forgot. Well, I think...
Which we've already seen.
Yes.
So I was trying to save you.
Accidentally, but yes. So yes, 3 times, and one of them is optional. You have to go in there for main missions. But it's really not immediately obvious. There are missions in the back. I mean, there's courtesan and mercenary missions, which are the assassination missions, but thief missions, it's not really obvious that they're there, is the thing.
Yeah. So, the Colosseum's pretty cool, but it can be kind of a...
Yeah, the Colosseum can be a pain to get around, since there's a lot of places to climb, and it's a really big structure.
Yeah. Yeah, it's...
I mean...
Getting up onto the upper tier takes a little bit of finagling, but kind of once you know what you have to... Why'd you do that? There was a feather on the ledge all the way to...
I'm an idiot, that's why. And through the magic of editing, I can just go right back up to the top of the Colosseum. Do you ever think about that?
Yeah. It's not magic. Okay.
Man,
well, how many assassins do you have left to promote now?
I think I've got 5 or 6, probably. Maybe 5. Since I think I know we have 2 assassins that we already have at the start of this, at least 2. And we got like 4 pop-ups just then.
Yeah.
Basically, what I'm doing right now is I'm making sure I know these assassins are reliable before they get promoted. Because if they're going to get promoted and be lazy, I shouldn't have promoted them at all, right? Yeah, it only makes sense.
Yeah. So is this the mission with a bunch of dudes riding on horseback?
I think so, yes. Now, obviously, the easiest way to do this is just have an arrow storm ready, but I don't have one ready.
No, the easiest way is to continually chain... Oh, actually...
Oh, yeah, you can do this, too.
Well, actually, I was going to say what you could have done was... this is the one I was hoping it was. That was good. That was good.
If you don't have an arrow storm, just make your own.
Yeah. Go get more. What I had done for this one, I think, was... And no, there's another one where there's a bunch of dudes riding on horses, and you can just sequentially just, like, keep on killing them by just, like, doing the horse assassination.
Oh, yeah.
Like the leap one.
See, I didn't want to do that because there's a trophy called Grand Theft Dressage where you have to steal a bunch of horses, and I didn't want to get that by accident, since I always like to try to make my trophy screenshots look nice.
Oh, that's why you saved the top of the Colosseum, the last feather on top of the Colosseum.
I mentioned way earlier in the thread we were going to do the one on top of Il Campidoglio last. Although
I'm trying to give you an out.
I just forgot about it as the actual answer. And do we really have to fight, guys? What am I doing wrong here?
Well, it's the cape.
Yeah, these brutes actually can be really hard to deal with if you're fighting on weird terrain like this, where you can float in midair and still kill people. Yeah, clearly this guy wants no part of this, but he still gets a broadsword to the neck. And yeah, parachutes are actually really nice in this game, because sometimes you just really don't want to climb down a whole bunch. Oh yeah, and there's a preacher guy at the base, at one of the sides of the Colosseum. He's really loud, apparently, since we can hear him at the very top.
Yes, well, he's also a point of contact for our Templar mission, so that's got.
Wait, did I forget the feather again? I think I did. I know I marked the feather on the map because I saw it 2 seconds ago, but I would have had it on the video if I remembered to do it, so I must have forgot a second time. See, I'm an idiot to that thing. This entire game probably would have took me about maybe 3 videos if I was, you know, if I wasn't an idiot. But yeah, we gotta hear this guy's little speech, because NPCs in Assassin's Creed always make me do this.
God opposes the proud, but gives grace to the humble.
Yes.
Ristoro is far from humble.
Don't worry, Father. We will make him. We will pay him in blood.
Brother Ristoro was a pretty cool multiplayer character because he was an evil priest. And I think I forget what he killed people with. It might have been some religious artifact. I do not remember.
These are insightful words.
One of my favorite memories from college was, see, I didn't have internet in my dorm room. I had internet in my dorm building, just not in the rooms. So it would always be really annoying whenever I wanted to play online games, and I wanted to play Brotherhood Brothers while I was in college. So I couldn't do that in my room. I had to find some place on campus I could drag my TV and my PS3 and set up and play online. But again, the problem was I couldn't do it, you know, in the privacy of my room. So one time I snuck into this building after hours. I basically was always in another building at night, so I could actually use the internet and such. So I set up my little home entertainment system inside the building. It was all dark, and someone came around to lock the doors, and this person had no idea I was in the room while I was playing Assassin's Creed Brotherhood online. That was fun.
Oh boy. Did he get thrown out? Or?
He had no idea I was there.
You just try to leave and then the door is locked.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I could open it from the inside. Because I assure you, I never spent a night outside my dorm building. But you know, it would be quite a sight where I'd be carrying my PS3 and TV around. But maybe if my...
Yeah. Was it at least a flat screen?
It's a really... My portable TV is about the size of my PS3. It's not that hard to move around.
Oh, if you're over here, you can at least pay out... Okay, good. You're going to at least pay out the architect.
I just whistled right in that guy's ear, by the way. That wasn't necessary.
Yeah. No, it was. It totally was.
Oh yeah, and this flag. This flag is pretty tricky to obtain since I'm pretty sure there's no way to climb up normally to get it. So you have to actually jump from the aqueduct on top of that pill. Yeah, there's no way to get to that flag normally.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, you can get up here, but there's no point.
Yeah, the parachute won't give you enough height, but thankfully there's a ladder over there.
Antico does this a lot, where you can't get flags or other collectibles unless you jump from an aqueduct. Oh yeah, and
well, there aren't a lot of tall
that
objects
is true,
in
yes.
that area.
This upcoming bit of the video, not my finest hour. I'll just put it that way.
Well, your finest hour is when you got half your assassins killed in one.
Well,
go,
this is more a personal embarrassment than all my idiot comrades getting themselves killed. Why did I... Oh, I think I was trying to use the bag, but it just wasn't taking for some reason. And man, we can still hear that preacher guy, by the way.
Yeah. Shut him up by just doing this mission.
I mean, he's got a very nice speech. Okay, notice the upside down, the cross sign. I did not notice that when I was playing, and this is going to lead to a disaster coming up. You'll notice the cross sign was pointed at that tower in the distance. And some amazing ragdolls right there. Ragdolls really were the one of the great innovations of the last console generation. Because who doesn't love ragdolls? They're hilarious. And you don't really need to design a physics engine because you got...
Oh god, you're going... Oh god.
Yeah, have you picked up what my disaster was?
What's the bonus objective?
I think not to get spotted. Because, I mean, I already killed a couple dudes, so it's not only kill this guy.
Yeah. Well...
well, we'll find out what the bonus objective is soon enough.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure I completed it, I just don't remember what it was. Oh, air assassination. Alright, that's...
Oh, air assassination. Alright, so... Right now we're at the Palazzo
The
Lanterno,
old residence of the Pope.
Is actually...
But they don't use it anymore because it burned in a fire.
Yes. It's also much bigger on the inside.
Much bigger on the inside.
So let's see. There's a guy on top of the
I
tower.
spent seriously like 20-25 minutes looking for this guy. I looked all over the district. I could not find this guy. So, just on a hunch, I decided to go to the one place I hadn't looked yet, at the very top of the tower I'm supposed to burn. And lo and behold, I finally noticed that cross sign. That I should have noticed like a half hour before I actually did. And that's where the dude actually is. And currently I'm getting pelted by rocks because I am playing Assassin's Creed Brotherhood.
And that was amazing.
Yeah, that took
one.
talent. You see, you'd think at this point in the game I could actually, climb things well, but you'd be surprised.
Well, you got money.
I mean, I'm basically at the point where I have unlimited money because, God, what is my problem with this tower? This is not that hard to climb.
No, you were almost there too, which is the most infuriating thing about it.
But yeah, this is a good. Even though I cut out all that stupid looking around for this guy, I still wanted people to know what a disaster this overall was. And we're.
Yeah, I mean. Look, you were there,
and we're not
and
done
then
with
you
the
fell.
silliness yet, because I tried to air assassinate that guy and it didn't work out.
You know, just, oh god, and you're down to 1 health square.
Not my finest hour right here. So, at least these two just spawned in. The game didn't even pretend. And are they helping me? No, they're just kind of standing around waving their swords. Hey guys, you know, when I promoted you to assassin, I kind of expected you to help out, not dance around. I mean, look at this. They're not doing anything. I wonder if their AI bugged out because it's on top of this tower.
Possibly. Now you realize...
No one looks really good here.
Why didn't you just drink the medicine?
Well, what kind of man would that make me?
Okay, now burn your assassins alive.
I just punched her in the face. Hey guys, real big help in that fight there.
No survivors. You can even still see them in there.
I thought the game would despawn them for the cutscene. Oh my god, I forgot they were still in there. That's funny.
Let's see.
Wow, that was a disaster. I was at like 50 minutes in recording at this point. Or probably longer than that because, you know, I cut out all that travel time. But wow, that was a catastrophe.
Well, at the very least, we're now down to
Yes.
1 Borgia captain.
It's an old friend of ours.
1 captain. I thought you already killed
Nope, he got away every time. Wow, I think I noticed when I was recording that those two were still in the tower when I lit it on fire, but thankfully the game, again, that's why I think the AI bugged up and they were supposed to be fighting but didn't because that's in kind of a weird location on the map. That's all I got for why they weren't doing anything. And by the way, where the game says Moscow is nowhere near where Moscow is. I mean, we have the current national borders of everything on this map of Europe, but Moscow's location is not where Moscow is.
Yeah. I think you're out of dudes.
Now we still got one dude. He's all by his lonesome and going to Portugal.
Finally! Alright. Can we get used to the door? No, we have to go in the doggy door.
It's a very special assassins only doggy door. And follower of Romulus doggy door, although spoiler alert, there are no followers of Romulus here. Because they're all out on lunch break or something.
Yeah. So, this is the Palazzo Lanteno. It's obviously one of the, it's not the last, but it is one of the more notable
yes.
layers of Romulus. I think it's probably up there. Like, I'd probably say it's up there, like third. It's hard to say because like generally most of the layers of Romulus are pretty memorable, except for like the sewer level. The catacombs level, a little bit. Well, I mean, it's memorable. It's more
I'd say the sewers were definitely the least memorable. Then the catacombs. Then then you get into the ones people remember. And there's the. But
they're generally all pretty much there. In some
then we have the Colosseum and the Golden Palace, and then this place, and then there's one more place, and it's a very memorable location because there's really nothing else like it in the game.
I think there's still one more after that because I think there's still the one for the aqueducts.
No, we did that one, didn't? Yeah, the aqueduct one was the sewer.
Oh, that's right. That's the sewer. That's the sewer. This is the sewer one. Yeah, it's more memorable how you get in there than it is.
Since it's the one-time infrastructure plays like an actual gameplay role instead of being just fluff, and easier to access shops, which to be fair is pretty important. Because if I had to go back to Tiber Island to get new weapons and armor systems, that'd be pretty annoying.
Right. Yeah. So this is not a particularly hard. Well, this isn't a particularly hard bonus objective.
Hasn't this place been damaged enough, Ezio?
Yeah.
Now I can get back up here.
Really, all it is don't fuck
jumping.
Jump.
Jumping is the only place
really
that falls,
all it comes to be.
Fall damage. The only place where you'll take damage here.
Yeah. So, but at the same time, I mean, jumping in this game.
Yeah, as long as you take your time, it's all pretty easy to manage.
If I fall,
oh, and obviously there are flags here, and we found one of them. The flags can be kind of hard to spot since there's like all this rubble and destroyed closed off passages and such, so you kind of have to be looking out for them. But thankfully there are only 3, and we found 2 of them. But we actually need to get to the second one.
Yeah, and and this is one of the few missions. This is the only one of these side dungeons where you actually want to open the chest.
There's one that you can see it from early in the dungeon, but you can't actually get to it until the very end. And it's really valuable because it's the only other place in the game to find a shrunken head.
I do like
that.
Yeah,
it's
at least.
Yeah, it's easy to get to. It's the kind of thing you'll get fooled once, and then when you come back for it, you'll wonder how you got fooled. Since it takes advantage of a gamer's natural instinct to go to the goal as soon as possible, and that'll trip you up if you care about the shop quests at all.
Well, this one is a decent enough reward for the shop quest, but
indeed.
We can talk about that
because spoiler alert, I'm pretty sure I don't actually get. I'm sure I don't get the shrunken head this time. I just point out where it is when we get to it.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. This has not been the greatest climbing video for me. Although the low point of my climbing is still the getting pelted with rocks one. That was the. No, I didn't get hit by any rocks. The last video we had that one where I was trying to climb the Borgia Tower and I kept getting hit with rocks. That was the low point.
Right.
Yes.
This one you just fell off the tower twice.
Now, unfortunately, if this were Revelations, we could use the hook blade to launch ourselves over to that platform, but the Italians weren't well versed on hook blade technology. So Ezio has to do everything the hard way.
Didn't have a lot of zip lines. They didn't have a lot of zip lines either.
See, what I kind of like about the climbing in the Assassin's Creed series is it feels very natural. Like if you were a person trying to swing around and climb all this stuff, you would act like Ezio does. It's a very natural kind of feeling. It doesn't feel very video gamey, but it feels like this is how a real person would climb this shit.
Yeah, I would agree with that. They're always very good about and part of it is, I guess, is that they're very good at design language in a sense, on showing you what is climbable versus what isn't climbable.
Yeah,
and you can kind of figure out how to path it out in your head as you're doing it.
Yeah, and most likely the route that you come up with in your head is the correct one. Sometimes they'll throw curveballs at you, but generally, it's a very intuitive kind of climbing mentality, I should say.
It's very similar to Uncharted, I guess. And hey, there was another Borgia flag in the background. If you were just
thankfully I did, because it's on the minimap. Yeah, generally the Borgia flags aren't too hard to find in these tombs. You just kind of have to be looking out for them, mostly.
Or at least just turn on Eagle Vision periodically,
Yes.
so if it does show up, it'll get tagged.
And this isn't
Then
one
you
of the
have to
later
figure out
games
where
where using
to
Eagle
go.
Vision is limited in some way, either through a countdown or moving too fast. So you can have it on all the time, but game doesn't look really good with Eagle Vision turned on all the time.
Yep. Yep.
I mean,
Good.
or his other line that he says. I mean, it's kind of like
Yeah.
how in the Arkham games you could pretty much have detective vision on all the time, and that's technically the best way to play the game. But you're just kind of doing a disservice to the game if you're fighting skeletons all the time.
Right.
Since the Arkham games in general look really nice, Arkham Knight especially.
Yep. So now we've made it to the main cathedral, or well,
Yes, I think they would call this
Chapel.
chapel. Like the Sistine Chapel, where the Pope actually lives these days. It's just whatever. Where the
It's
Pope
a
goes to
Sistine
hold
Chapel.
Mass, let's say.
So this room actually has a bit of a oddball that we'll get to in a second.
Okay. You see that
think it's really
staircase?
what we used to
I
show us.
wasn't really looking at it, but that staircase leading up on the right.
Yep.
Go to the right of that staircase. You follow the path around, and that's how you get to the shrunken head.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's literally a light there, which is also good design language
Right.
on their point, using light to highlight.
But
where
again,
things
I will
are.
not be getting the shrunken head because I didn't see. I assumed that all the treasures in the layers of Romulus I could get basically anywhere else in the game. But Ubisoft and those crafty tricksters at Ubisoft, are you a fast one? Because this is literally one of only
Right.
two places in the entire game you can get the shrunken head from. Yes.
And you need two of them. So, this isn't ever really used
Yeah, I'm pretty
anywhere
sure
else.
this is only
Syntax
used
to
here.
open up gates. It's there are some chests around here
Yes,
that'll give
so
us
so
replenishment
it's
on
not-
ammo
so
and
you
stuff.
can't make this
so
area
it's
unwinnable.
nice, but right. It's just it's just odd. And this is the one room where if you really do fuck up your jumping, you will get screwed and will take damage. Because really, I think your damage requirements
I think it was like
take
6
no damage.
blocks.
So
But the thing.
yeah, well, even still, 6 blocks at this height.
Yeah. The thing is, there's very few places in this entire area where you can actually take fall damage, and this is one of them. This entire chapel and surrounding hallways and such. Yeah, that work crate is where you get daggers if you need them. Yeah, but who would shoot a lead bullet at a sandbag? That would be absurd. But yeah, I'm pretty sure a fall from... I don't know if a fall from this height would kill you, but it would fail the objective. Well, we will be going further up, and that will definitely kill you, but if we just jumped over the side right now, I'm almost certain that would fail the objective. Oh yes, and another reason why the Pope chose to move closer to the Vatican is because, look at this place. It's way out in the boondocks. So, he just wants to be closer to the Sistine Chapel and, where things actually happen in the Catholic Church.
Perfect.
No, we went to it in Assassin's Creed 2, remember? Okay. I mean, it wasn't fully constructed at the time, but, it was there.
I know they were building it
wasn't
then.
the artwork just not done at the time? Because I know that, because Sean said, unfortunately, you won't be able to climb across the finger of God or something.
Yes.
You know, surprisingly, oh no, we interact with that cross in some way. Wait till you see how. Because you just don't have a giant metal cross and then do nothing with it.
Right. That jump, I like this because a lot of these jumps are really, I mean, they're easy, but they also look tricky.
It's a good way that game design is.
Now, if you really want it to be ballsy, you could probably just drop and re-grab onto the ledge, but at this point it's probably not worth it.
That's something you learn in your Metal Gear Solid 2 VR training. How to climb it, yep. Smash across, open the gate. I mean, nobody's using that cross, right? We would just feel like dicks if we broke a cross that people were actually using.
That's a trick shot.
Okay, and remember, staircase to the right, go around the side of that. That's where the shrunken head is. I do not remember that, but we'll be coming back for it off camera later. Because I already told you where it is. And it was at this point that I was remembering there was a treasure chest I saw, but couldn't get to. But
yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And for some reason, well, you know, I guess the Palazzo Laterano is a fairly unique place, but I don't know why the Claddagh ring. I don't know why the followers of Romulus would choose this particular place to go to. And set up their kooky wolf shrine.
It's out of the way and shined.
And just one remains.
There's a... Yep.
The Ides of March, as it were. Too bad we didn't do this video on the Ides of March.
Yeah.
And there's the dagger of Brutus, which he used to kill Caesar.
Yes. And maybe one more fun.
See, actually, I know I saw that treasure chest at the start of this area, but I thought it was a gate looking in on this location, so I wasn't too worried about it. That is not true.
Correct. It's right off of this area. Yeah. Well, right off of the area.
I told you where it is. You can get it for yourself, and I will be getting it later. Because I was really worried I'd have to go through all the layers of Romulus again to go through the treasure chest to find which of the damned ones had the shrunken head in it. But I had a vision this was the one with it.
Yeah.
I'm
pretty sure I told
you might have, actually.
Early on. It's this, and there's another one. There's another guy sitting in the middle of the fucking one-man wrecking crew. And there's another one just sitting on a random cliff in Campania.
No. The other shrunken head is on a cliff in Antico.
But you need it.
It surrounds that
whatever.
That forge of tower.
It's in the part where Campania and Antico are basically indistinguishable from each other. It's a giant cliff. There's lots of countryside. There really isn't a lot of... Half of Antico looks like Campania.
Yeah, another little town over here, but
once you get past
I think that can wait since this is a pretty long video. Well, they weren't. You know what I haven't done for a while is kill a civilian. Remember early in the thread where basically every video had me killing a civilian.
Well, you've gotten really good at video editing, so I can only assume that you've
maybe
been
I don't know
cutting them out.
If I did kill civilians, it's in a long deleted video. You know, the liberation of Roma hasn't begun
Or
because
just
we're
go back
almost
to
done with it, actually. That's the thing.
Is also mine. My life is at your service.
Yep. I'll just go buy the last of these things and...
I was really, really worried. I ran into a 100% ending bug in a couple of videos from... Maybe it's the next video. That I ran into a bug that wouldn't let me 100% a mission, but... In good old video game glitch tradition, I just exited the mission, came back, and it was fine. Because Ubisoft programs games strangely sometimes. And I'm pretty sure that glitch wasn't in the original. So now we've almost repaired the entire aqueduct system. Now the people of Rome can enjoy all that nice water they haven't been getting, apparently.
Yeah, it's been a problem. They've just been...
They've managed. Hey, we don't even have to be on the perch for it. I mean, that eagle is flying around. That's what's important.
That counts.
Oh yeah, and we only have 2 more viewpoints, don't we? Whoop! that was fun.
Well, that could have gone a whole lot worse.
That was fun. I enjoyed doing that.
Yeah, I was just waiting for you to finish overshooting it.
Fortunately,
you got trapped down here, and now you gotta... Ah, damn it, editing again.
Yeah.
Because that's a painful place to get out of sometimes, that one hole.
And that's the entire system. You can follow it all the way around. Although it is broken at one point that you can't repair.
Except for the one section that's...
I mean, if the game interface says that's the last of the aqueduct to repair, who am I to judge? Well, the thing is,
water has to come out at some point. Otherwise, it's just dragging water all the way around, continuous circling around.
It doesn't come out in a very organized way.
Violating thermodynamics.
I'm living dangerously this video.
Oh.
I'm not sure how much business this place will get, but you know, it is there.
Courtesans.
So we're almost done with our collectathon, but there are a few places outstanding. This is the one, I'm pretty sure this is the place where we met up with Machiavelli near the start of the game. Yeah, the Terme de Traiano. Yeah, this
could be.
Definitely it.
Yes, this is where we fought all the dude.
In a bizarrely hard early game bonus objective. See, you'd think Ubisoft would wean you into bonus objectives, gradually getting harder, but that's a really tough one at near the start of the game. That's like an hour into the game or so. And yep, I forgot to get that feather. I got no excuses for it. I just forgot about it.
Yeah.
I chose a different path.
Seems a good scenic for you to get your last one, but whatever. I know, that's the one I went for.
Yeah.
Because it's Rome. It's one of the more classic.
One of the lonelier Borgia flags. I don't know who they thought they were impressing this far out.
Yeah.
Yep, we only had 2 left.
We're almost done with the viewpoints, too. And one of those is a tower.
I'm pretty sure the Castello
double.
doesn't have a viewpoint, but this... Not one of the more distinctive ones, let's say. I mean, all the greenery looks very nice, though. Or at least it does during the day.
Yeah. Well, you're limit overrun.
I mean,
Yeah.
there is absolutely no gameplay benefit to
24.
getting all the viewpoints, but you don't like to have big splotches of gray on the map.
Right. This is before they did the, when you explore, you do reveal information about the surrounding
Yeah.
area. That was something that really started with, Assassin's Creed 3. And then, of course, viewpoints kind of became secondary until
Only 15 to go.
points. But whatever.
Caracalla or something. Yeah, see, there's where the water's coming out, but as I said, not very organized.
Caracalla. Look.
Is it
The
going to
water
be
has
that?
to come
It's
out
going to
at
be
some
that scene like Mad Max Fury Road where the Immortan Joe or whatever his name was gave water to all those people? Because that's kind of how I'm picturing things.
Yeah.
Was his name Immortan
Yeah.
Joe? I think so.
Basically.
It was. Yeah.
It was. I was actually going to say it's more like. Have you ever seen
I have not.
the cult classic UHF? I will show you the scene I am thinking of later. You get to drink from the fire.
That doesn't look like a jump you can make, but as I showed, you can make it. Yeah. Either way. And
I think
now
I
we've
wanna
got
go
our
the other way,
old
it's
friend, the
really-
last Borgia Tower.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, no bullshit this time. We're just going straight towards this guy.
Oh, it's this guy.
Follow my lead at all costs.
And he's still talking.
Well, there we go.
Oh,
That's one
subtitles
way to
still
do
there,
it.
but remember with all the bullshit? I was trying to do this all stealthy and cool like, and I don't like to interrupt the speeches of NPCs in these games, but I think we heard that speech the first time we went here, and that's enough for me. He talks about how he's dealt with the assassins and he knows how to deal with them, which, to be fair, he did have the best success in evading assassin assaults, even though he just ran away like an asshole.
He only did it once. It's better than the guy in the middle of
Yeah, there was that guy, yes.
Centro, who you
See,
failed
the
to
thing
kill
I'm
like
getting
6
here is that
times
the
in a
best way to
row.
avoid the assassins is just run away from them.
The best way to avoid this not
Yes.
get killed by the assassins.
But then you're at
is
risk
back
of
to the wall
smoke bombs and
in the
people
front.
luring you out, people luring your bodyguards out with dead bodies. You just see a bunch of dead
I'm not talking
bodies
about the
lying,
smartest bodyguards.
piling up, and they have to go investigate it. That's all of them.
And there we go.
Oh yeah, that is
That's
the
achieved
last
or
viewpoint, isn't it?
achievements
It
for
is.
this one. Probably.
As opposed to tower defense, of course. But yeah, now the only really dangerous area on the map is the Vatican itself, because there's a lot of guys hanging around there. Yep, they're just always there.
And you can't do shit about
And I
that.
think this is the last faction building, too.
Yeah. There was always one in Central that I never bought because I always forgot about it. But I don't think it technically counts towards.
Well, we need to expand the
Rome
thieves'
renovations
presence
anyway,
here
so
anyway.
whatever.
Especially since
might be
thieves
wrong.
are pretty rare in this map, and you need them for a few in-game achievements. Alright, so this is the final flag I found in all of Antico, and the reason it was last is because this is the only one you can't find from just riding around and tagging everything. It's just it's just obscured from every angle except the way you're supposed to go in. Yes.
Plus, you can only get over that with a horse, which is...
This is really the last
itself.
collectible of note in all of Antica. I mean, there was one place I could buy still. Yeah, like the one in the Coliseum, which
well, you're
for
still
some reason
missing
I
some
forgot
feathers.
not once but
You're
twice.
still missing feathers. Yeah. Plus, there's all the other, like,
Yeah.
animus glitches, or whatever you want to call them. That's a separate video. So we're down to 11 flags, 8 of them all in the Vatican.
There's
3 of them, 5 of them
we've done all
really
the
in
Romulan
Vatican,
flares
3 of them
except one. I don't remember where the
Romulan
other
Slayer.
3 flags are supposed to be. Yeah, so that we need 11,
there
but
would
we
be
have
3
8.
flags in the Romulan Slayer, and then there's 5.
No,
which are in
we
the Vatican
need 11,
itself.
but there are 8 in the Vatican. So kind of
Oh.
forget where the 3 others are.
Yes. The 3 are... There's
There
8
are,
in the Vatican.
there are 5
Whatever,
in the
there's probably 8
general
in
district of the
What-
Vatican, and there's 3.
Whatever.
Whatever.
There
I'm sure I'll
are
get around to
3
finding all of
lights.
them. Let's see at this point. We gotta go for a cliffside rescue, of course.
4 lights. Alright.
Yeah, that's the first time this video, isn't it?
Finally, you use Aerostorm.
The liberation of Rome has begun just after we...
The liberation
Yes.
of Rome
Yes.
has begun.
Now strap
Especially
on your
since you can allow
boots,
his
and we're
more
gonna get you
experienced
up to level
brother
10
to
pretty
carry him
quickly.
through tougher missions.
But you
And that's a full guild too, and we've recruited
Allow me
every
to hunt
single...
with
We've
you.
recruited the maximum possible buddies at one time. Good way to end that video.
Yep. Alright. Let's